The police department in Lamar, Missouri receives a makeover. My name's Mitch Adams, and I'll have more on that story coming up.
Plus, a nature group in Joplin hosts its annual rummage sale to help raise some well-needed funds. And area golfers show off their skills in a fundraiser for the Boys and Girls Club of Southwest Missouri.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Kansas Governor Laura Kelly announces her state has begun processing full SNAP benefits for the month of November. This is KOAM News. I'm Tanya Bach. The announcement comes just a day after a federal court judge orders the Trump administration to cover full SNAP benefits for the month. Now, the process to get benefits added to Kansas EBT cards is underway. Beneficiaries could expect to have access to their benefits at the end of today. This includes a total distribution of more than $31.6 million to approximately 86,000 Kansas households. On October 28th, Governor Laura Kelly joined a lawsuit against the USDA for unlawfully suspending the SNAP program. Governor Kelly went on to say, quote, "I'm pleased that these benefits will be issued in full, and I hope that it is a sign that the shutdown will end soon, so Kansas families do not go through this uncertainty again in December." Well, meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney joins us with a first look at weather.
Temperatures are dropping down as we head into the weekend. We already have a freeze watch issued for Oklahoma and Arkansas counties. This is likely going to be extended further into Missouri and Kansas, and we'll probably also see a freeze warning once we get a little bit closer to Sunday and Monday. Now, current temperatures, we are dropping down into the upper 50s, low 60s across the area. Overnight lows will be again in the mid 40s. Not too bad tonight. Clouds moving in, but otherwise a pretty nice night. We have a secondary cold front moving in on Saturday afternoon. Again, another dry front, but it will drop temperatures down from the upper 60s to the low 40s both Sunday and Monday, with the overnight lows both nights dropping down into the low 20s on Sunday, upper 20s on Monday. But I'm going to have a full look forecast coming up.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. The Lamar Police Department has more room to serve and protect the community. After several months of renovation, the Lamar PD unveils its new crime-fighting facility. KOAM's Mitch Adams takes us inside.
Lamar Police is now utilizing its freshly renovated space on Broadway Street. The updated building went from around 1,000 square feet to over 6,000 square feet of workspace.
So far, the ergonomics of the building has worked out exactly like I was hoping. The officers are not crowded. Each officer has their own workstation in the report room. The supervisors have their office that they can go to.
According to officials, a reason the updates, like a soft color of paint and new interview rooms, are necessary is to make the public feel more comfortable in the police station.
The comfort is amazing here. It's new, it's a new welcome home for everybody, and the officers so far have had nothing but great things to say about the facility.
The project, which was thought to be completed in 9 months to a year, was completed in a 6-month time span. Lamar's chief of police says that the new spaces aren't just for the police department, they're for the community as a whole.
I want this place to reflect positive on the community, and I want them to have some ownership in it, because this is not just for the police department. This is for the community, and I want them to be able to be proud of this facility.
Reporting in Lamar, Missouri, Mitch Adams, KOAM News.
A ribbon-cutting ceremony for the police station will take place in the coming weeks. It was a busy day with Wildcat Glades Nature Group as volunteers gathered for their biannual rummage sale. The event, organized entirely by community members, helps raise funds to support the group's conservation and education programs. Tables were filled with books, glassware, home decor, and other donated items, all given by the community who wanted to contribute in their own way.
We have about 10 volunteers here right now, but we've seen over the last week, we probably see upwards of 40 volunteers just dedicating their time. As far as how many hours they put in, you're talking, these people put in at least 100 hours.
And beyond fundraising, organizers say the event also fits their mission, encouraging reuse and reducing waste by giving items a second life. Well, Christmas came early for shoppers in Grove, Oklahoma. The city unwrapped its annual Christmas open house today in downtown. Now, shops up and down Grand and Main are offering discounts and cash prizes. The Grove Area Chamber of Commerce says this is a good way to keep Grove thriving as it enters the winter months.
It's just a way that the chamber can work with our city and our county to really try to fill those gaps. And of course, our mission is, to try to increase the vitality and economic well-being of our community. And this really jump-starts everything for the holiday season and holiday shopping.
For every $25 spent at a participating merchant, the shopper will get a ticket for a cash drawing. Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Southwest Missouri teed off this year's golf fundraiser at Tea Time in Webb City today. Teams of 4 played on a virtual Pebble Beach course for bragging rights. The event also served as a way to bring awareness to the necessity for mentors for kids in the area.
That's a scary number, because then you find that when they don't have that trusted adult to go to get that advice, they will go to someone who will tell them what they want to hear, or they will self-medicate, or they will, even worse. I mean, there's just so many things they'll try to figure out on their own.
Big Brothers and Big Sisters is always looking for people to volunteer as bigs. Well, Veterans Day is still a few days away. Observances and ceremonies began today. And coming up, Memorial Auditorium in Pittsburgh served as the site for just one of those events. But up first, Galena students also showed their respect for area vets.
Students in Galena are coming together to honor those who have served our country. I'm Blake Gully, and I'll have that story coming up.
Across the 4 states, communities are finding ways to honor the men and women who wore the uniform. In Galena, Kansas, students turned their annual Veterans Day program into a heartfelt salute. KOAM's Blake Gully takes us inside the assembly, where one veteran's words left a lasting impact.
I beg you, take opportunities, hold yourself accountable, and never forget to serve each other along the way.
Students at Galena High School celebrated Veterans Day with a program filled with music, a flag folding presentation, and a powerful message from one of their own, Petty Officer Second Class Zachary Bankson. For students, it was an opportunity to honor the men and women who've served our country and to reflect on the meaning behind the day.
I have a lot of uncles who are not yet veterans but are actively serving, so it's really important to me to see them be able to get recognized and appreciated for the things they do.
The flag folding ceremony, I think that was a little stressful for me, because it's like all these veterans are here and I don't want to mess up that, especially for them, because I feel like that's my way of honoring all that they've done for our country.
For today's keynote speaker, Veterans Day is more than the free meals and discounts at restaurants. It's a day of reflection, service, and remembering those who stood next to him in uniform years ago.
To me, Veterans Day stretches beyond the meal vouchers. It stretches beyond going to the Golden Corral and getting your free dinner. It stretches beyond this ceremony. Veterans Day is really a celebration of life, a life that's been given to us by those who served in the past.
And as the assembly ends, the message of sacrifice and service continues to echo through the 4 states. In Galena, Blake Gully, KOAM News.
The event wrapped up with lunch, giving students and veterans a chance to connect beyond the program. Well, veterans and community members gathered at Memorial Auditorium in Pittsburgh today to honor those who have served. Crawford County Mental Health hosted the event as part of their support program for service members, veterans, and their families. Staff and volunteers served lunch to attendees, while local veterans helped prepare the meals themselves.
For me personally, it's a reminder of the sacrifice and the time that I spent with my fellow service members and soldiers, the men and women that I served with, and it's a reminder of that it's a family.
Curry says events like this bring the community together year-round to support local heroes and help ensure no veteran faces their challenges alone. A little later, Carthage takes on Neosho in tonight's Game of the Week. Ben has a preview in sports.
And temperatures plummet as we head into the weekend. I'll have those details coming up. It's been a warm couple of days and we've had a lot of sunshine as well. Now we can go ahead and take a look at our current conditions. Right now, temperatures dropping down into the low 60s in Joplin. Most of us are in the upper 50s to low 60s, 59 out there in Pittsburgh, Fort Scott, 57 already in Chanute, 55 in Parsons. South of I-44, we're all in the low 60s. Now we have clouds moving in, and it's going to be a bit of a cloudier night. Temperatures today reached the low 70s, 10 degrees above average, and our low was 13 degrees above average, where we should be this time of year. Now, as we head into the weekend, that does change, at least briefly, before we warm up again next week. Now, taking a look at downtown Joplin from the Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. Overall, it is a pretty nice night, very mild conditions. Same goes for Saturday as well, with our highs only reaching the upper 60s. We do have a secondary front moving in Saturday afternoon. It'll drop temperatures starting Monday. So we do have a freeze watch issued for Oklahoma and Arkansas. Now, likely, freeze watch will be extended into Missouri and Kansas, even turning into a freeze warning over the next 24 to 36 hours, because we do have quite a hefty cold front low pressure system moving in. Now, it's a short wave attached to a much larger low pressure system, so it just reinforces that cold air from Canada. And you can see we've got a little bit of snowfall up there, Nebraska, Iowa, northern parts of Missouri. Now we could see a couple of potential flurries maybe by Sunday morning if temperatures drop quick enough and if we get a little moisture in the air. That's not as likely, but we still could see that possibility. These temperatures, though, are going to be the main theme of the weekend. We're already dropping down into the mid to low 30s Saturday night into Sunday morning. By Sunday afternoon, highs of low 40s, and then we're getting down to the low 20s Sunday evening into Monday morning. So when you're starting your day, starting your week, it's going to be below freezing, 10 degrees below freezing, very cold out there. And then the high on Monday, mid 40s with the upper 20s to low 30s. Now, again, highs on Saturday, not too bad. We're still looking pretty good up there in the upper 60s, but it's going to feel like the mid 20s already by Sunday morning, even though temperatures are only hovering right around freezing. It's going to feel like the low 30s for the high, and even getting down into the low teens is what the future feels like it's going to be Monday morning, when the actual temperature is in the low 20s. Now, this only lasts for a couple of days, Sunday, Monday. By Tuesday, we're already warming right back up to the upper 50s. That's about average, so Tuesday is going to be a very seasonable day for us, but upper 60s and 70s for the rest of the week. We quickly jump back up to above average highs and above average lows for the rest of the week. So we're just getting, just 180, we go down to near winter conditions and then back to maybe early fall conditions, and we're not quite getting just a consistent fall season.
Yeah, it's such a big drop this weekend, and then we're back to fall.
Yeah, can't really break out those jackets for too long.
No, but we'll need them.
Yes.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. Still ahead, a Kansas City Chiefs player holds a new record. Plus, more four states playoff football in Kansas and Missouri. Ben McLeish has those stories and more up next in sports.
Another Friday, another week of four states high school football as our Kansas and Missouri teams resume their postseasons. Let's start with the KOAM game of the week. It's Carthage versus Neosho. The 8-1 Tigers host the 6-4 Wildcats in the district semifinals. Carthage looks to continue its incredible season with a return to the district championship match. The Tigers' only loss came to one of the top teams in the state, the undefeated Nixa Eagles. Meanwhile, Neosho has put up a second straight impressive season, with their 4 losses coming to other great programs. Now the Wildcats look to shock the Tigers in their house. It's a shame 2 of our Missouri powerhouses have to face each other this early, but it should be a great way to begin our Friday night slate. Kickoff for the Battle of the Big Cats at David Hafner Stadium is set for 7 p.m. Next up, Joplin begins its postseason tonight against the Kickapoo Chiefs. A rematch from Week 1, the Eagles dominated in that one, taking down the Chiefs 31-7. It's been a trying season for the Eagles, losing their starting quarterback for half of the season and finishing the year with a losing record But none of that matters now. Joplin's playoff journey begins tonight. Now let's take a look at the Lamar Tigers. They put together another great season, finishing the year with 3 straight wins and an upset win over undefeated Seneca. Now the hunt begins for a 3rd straight state championship. The Tigers' first opponent is 6-win Butler, with the winner advancing to the district championship game. Now let's head to Kansas for another 4 states face-off. The Labette County Grizzlies host the Chanute Blue Comets. The Grizzlies look to continue their dominant season and take down Chanute for the 2nd time this year. Meanwhile, the Blue Comets ended the regular season with 2 straight losses, but narrowly took down Lewisburg last week in their playoff opener. Well, the Kansas City Chiefs are on their bye week, but voice of the team, Mitch Holtis, has a fun stat for us.
It's the bye week, a chance to catch a breath and look back and look ahead. But I can't believe I missed this. It was right under my nose. DeAndre Hopkins had the NFL's longest active streak with catches in 181 consecutive games. The streak started September 9, 2013 and ended, wait for it, September 28, 2025 at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. I missed it because it put the Chiefs' all-world tight end Travis Kelce at the top of the NFL list, who now has 183 consecutive games with a catch. And Kelce's streak started September 7, 2014. D-Hop was great last year as a Chief down the stretch to Super Bowl 59. It's just ironic that his long streak would end at the home of the Chiefs to open the door for a Chief on this Minute with Mitch. The Minute with Mitch is brought to you by Como Jewelry in Joplin and Pittsburgh.
Kansas City fans, enjoy your stress-free weekend because next Sunday, the Chiefs have arguably their biggest game of the season. They head to Mile High Stadium to take on the division-leading Broncos. Well, that's it for sports. We're back with more after this.
We've got more news, weather, and sports headed your way this evening on our family of channels. It's Friday night, and you know what that means. The KOAM sports team brings you highlights from some of the night's biggest matchups. Plus, fall weather has felt fantastic, but that will change for the weekend. Lindsay has more on the cold front rolling in. And the 4 states honors its veterans this weekend. Those stories and a lot more tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14 after the game, KOAM News at 10, and Press Box on the CW. And it is going to get cold this weekend.
It's like a 180 because we're going from the 70s today down to the low 40s on Sunday with the overnight lows in the low 20s. So Sunday night, Monday night, we do have a freeze watch so far. Likely going to turn into a freeze warning. We warm right back up into the 70s by midweek next week. So it's just a brief window with these temperatures, plummeting. We could see a couple of flurries along the front early Sunday morning, but for the most part, this is going to be a dry system that moves through.
But we're not expected to drop below freezing Saturday night, but it will be cold.
We're going to be teetering the line, so low to mid 30s. Some of us could get below freezing already by Saturday night, but most of us are going to be around 34, 35.
So if you haven't brought those plants in, definitely do it.
Definitely.
Before Saturday.
I would advise, yes.
All right, now's the time. Well, thank you for watching. We will see you right back here at 10. Have a great evening and an even better weekend.